a young nigga out here looking forward. I never questioned my direction, y'all been looking for it. Lost thoughts often, so I took the recording. I got my foot where the door is, think I'm sharp and swordless. We cut with pens around here, and this the anthem to all my niggas with hella written. Just put your hands up, real ones. Don't tell the business of the too many we can't trust. Don't got time to focus on who your mans was. Shit, who is he now? People be broke around you, but got plenty when the bitches round. And when the liquor out, their hands don't got a penny now. Henny spouting out your pockets so they stick around. And we ain't shoveling out shillings, moving different now. PG Pilgrim getting shifty, peep from city clouds. Little demon dipping deep into your bitch's mouth. In and out swiftly, nigga, I'm finna add the digits now. Divine thinking mixed with mind-tingling substances. This music brought some problems, but honestly been in love with it. Slick with the drums and shit, you stick to the drugs you mix. Cuffing him won't do much, but bring that girl you love a stitch. Spit until I get my gums to rip. Raw when he numbs the shit. Ironic how he's only unlawful when y'all judging him. I'm not done, we're getting bigger by the frame per second. Faded for every major step I make before I meditate. I blaze some pressure. Been as razor edges, Gilettas. You better just face the exit. When in doubt, I face my reflection. Brain dead, making the steps that you could've made if you paid attention. Crazy headway was met with niggas dead. All we do is kill, like that number before 87. I don't take, I make it better. We showing grace, next mega stretches. It only takes me about 4 quarters to make it 10, bitch. Dime bags will shake you a bitch if you cop an eighth or lesser. Pounds getting filleted, you wasting seconds. Yeah. Wasting seconds. Brain dead.
Don't be mistaken, your bloody time's up. This ain't no game when I hit it entertain ya.
Got a heart, I'm not here to entertain ya. Just walk away and face the showdown. I won't fight, I don't care about the bleeding. 'Cause my freedom's undefeated. My soul on fire, burning desire. Make no mistake, 'cause the stakes are getting higher. Got a heart, I'm not here to entertain ya. I'm not here to entertain ya.
Don't be mistaken, your bloody time's up. This ain't no game when I hit it entertain ya.
I'm gonna try this. All right, my voice has gotten better. It's still not 100%. You're gonna have to bear with me, but what is up, guys? Oh, you can hear it there. Dashing live for Final Stand. Yes, my voice is still fucked. I'm pretty sure I'm dying, is the fact of the matter. But you don't become a 2-time commentator of the year, all right? By letting a little something like, being half dead keep you down. It's Final Stand, baby. All right, we are in New York, and we are looking to end this season with a big old bang, my friends. And kicking things off. He could get things off in a much bigger way than this. This is going to be a certified banger right here, and that is for sure. The Intercontinental Championship is going to be up for grabs right here, my friends. Triple threat match. Triple threat matchup, our first of 3, as a matter of fact. Right here at Final Stand. As also the Zero G Championship will be on the line a little bit later on, and the Women's World Championship defended in a triple threat matchup. But right here, right now, it's about the Intercontinental Championship. And the one-eyed king, AJ Jenkins, looking for his first taste of championship gold here in CMV. Pardon me. You're going to have to put up with me for the night. I got my W right here, which will hopefully help me. You know, we can just pray that by the time the new season starts, I have my voice fully again. Otherwise, we're going to have to put up with flux. And that's just, you know, might as well end CMV at that point if we have to put up with flux on a weekly basis, in my opinion. Inferior commentator. But AJ Jenkins is not the only one out here, guys, looking for his first championship here in CMV, as Chris Carter as well. And this young kid has amazed us since his debut about a month ago. He debuted right around the same time as AJ Jenkins. And of course, Carter undefeated so far, and that includes wins over Pink Star, the Intercontinental Champion, only the second man ever to pin Pink Star, pin Tobias Jones as well, and pin AJ Jenkins. So there's no doubt that Chris Carter is coming into this matchup with the vast amount of momentum on his side. And as this is a triple threat matchup, guys, obviously bad news for the defending champion Pink Star, as he will not have to be involved in the decision to lose his Intercontinental Championship. You know, unlike the Women's World Championship triple threat matchup we'll see later on, that's going to be elimination style. So at least Celestia has that going for the championship. Actually have to be eliminated to lose the championship, but Pink Star here does not have to be involved in the decision. We could see AJ Jenkins pin Chris Carter. Chris Carter could pin AJ Jenkins, and we'll have a new champion. You want to talk about meteoric rises that we saw this season? Look no further than Pink Star. This kid came out of seemingly nowhere, capturing the hearts and minds of the CM universe by putting on banger after banger, week after week. But of course, more recently, last couple of months, we've seen him kind of sour, not only on the fans, but on the locker room as well. Feels as though he doesn't get the respect he deserves. And he and Tobias Jones have actually teamed up. We've seen over the last few weeks, unexpectedly, to sort of wage war against the newcomers arriving here in CMV, trying to take, as they put it, the spotlight from them. And we'll see Tobias Jones a part of that triple threat matchup later on for the Zero G Championship. Potentially both of them could leave Final Stand walking into the new season with championship gold. I'm going to need more W. Good thing I can go to w.gg and use promo code CMV23 at checkout to save myself 10%. So here we go. We are kicking things off on what is going to be a hot, fiery, burning way. Triple threat. Intercontinental Championship is what it's all about right here. Who is going to walk into the new season as the champion? And obviously that bolsters your positioning going into a brand new season where there's a lot of unknowns, but you'll have that championship guaranteed to take front and center on Shockwave, Octane, no matter where you end up. Usually when new seasons come around here in CMV, we have ourselves a draft or at least a mix-up. People change rosters, so if you're a champion, you're going to be at the top of the list for the general managers. Of course, are we going to get new general managers? That's the big question. Shay Hoxton obviously currently in control of CMV. Big super kick there. And Chris Carter, as Pink Star tries to run at him now. Pink Star wants nothing more than to get his lick back, as the kids would say, from Pink Star for knocking him off. Again, only the second man to defeat Pink Star. Pink Star's only been pinned 3 times since debuting here in CMV, twice by Tobias Jones and once by Chris Carter. Let's not forget about the one-eyed king, though. Dangerous AJ Jenkins, who's actually the biggest man in this matchup. Try to use that to his advantage, but don't let that fool you. He's just as, if not quicker than Chris Carter and Pink Star. As we see that Carter going to be able to get out from between the legs of Pink Star. The dream of, I'm sure, a great many to be trapped between the thighs of Pink Star. In fact, I think Flux told me that he would love nothing more than for that to happen to him, but I digress. AJ Jenkins back in again, triple threat matchup. That means no countouts, no disqualifications. Standard triple threat though. First man to get the pinfall or the submission in the ring will leave Final Stand, leave New York, and walk into the new season as the Intercontinental Champion. Irish whip attempt to send Pink Star down to the outside. As Jenkins, well, probably might try. Oh, he's just so big that simply jumping to the outside of the ring. Oh, in an instant, snatching a sledgehammer from under the ring and putting it to work. Both Chris Carter and Pink Star getting a taste of that sledgehammer courtesy of AJ Jenkins. So now he's going to talk shit to Chris Carter. These two have been allies in recent weeks, but there's no friends here tonight. Only one man is leaving with the championship, baby. And as we see Chris Carter break out of Pink Star's grasp and punch to the back of the head. This Chris Carter, I'm telling you, I say it week after week. This is the future right here. Undefeated. Wins over Tobias Jones, Pink Star, AJ Jenkins. Nobody's been able to touch the wavy god. Big part of that because so damn fast. Look at that though, Pink Star able to stop him dead in his tracks with that Pele kick. Don't forget about Jenkins, though, going to spike the champion with a poison Rana. In comes Chris Carter saying, don't forget about me. And it might be time to make a house call. Pink Star, though, going to swoop in. Powerbomb? Pile driver? Neither. A little bit of a belly-to-back slam. And Pink Star, I will say, has kind of slowed his game a little bit over the last couple of months. He's kind of ventured further and further away from the high-flying Empress. He still, don't get me wrong, still does it. Still takes to the air, but we've seen him kind of focusing a lot on submissions recently. A lot more power moves in his arsenal than when he first debuted. And now that he's champion, he doesn't want to take as many risks. I understand. I get it. Makes sense to me. Uh-oh, now Pink Star's got a kendo stick. AJ Jenkins says, stay away from me. He's going for the sledgehammer, and he's quicker. Right to the ribs of the champion. Taken down, though. Big spinning back kick. Serious whiplash, and Pink Star going to tell AJ Jenkins, oh no, Chris Carter hopping out of the ring. Clips Pink Star there. Where's the bloody brick Chris Andrews? We need him to judge the middle fingers there from Pink Star. Right there, shots, goddamn. Plethora of them right there. Finishing with a super kick. Again, no countouts. These three just beating the hell out of each other here at ringside, but the same falls count anywhere like it will be in the Zero-G Championship triple threat matchup a little bit later on. That will be falls count anywhere. Look at Chris Carter, goddamn, breaking that kendo stick. Thwacking Jenkins and Pink Star with it. And again, Chris Carter does not have to pin Pink Star to win the championship. He can pin AJ Jenkins right here. Jenkins looking to get to his feet. Pink Star creeping up from behind. Chris Carter sees him. Everybody back into the ring now. Knee to the gut, kick across the chest. Nice elbow right there. Takes him down to his knees and a big knee to the side of the head. In comes Chris Carter with a kick to the midsection. Doesn't seem to do him very much good, though, as AJ Jenkins kind of just brushes it off a little bit. And now we're going to get a stomp to the shoulder from the One-Eyed King. Extends the arm. Just Jenkins now going to stomp away. Pardon me, at the hand of the Wavy God. You're not in the booth anymore, Carter. Season finale, final stand for the Intercontinental Championship. Repeated. Stomps to the face. Goddamn, AJ Jenkins just absolutely lighting Chris Carter up right now. Pink Star is finally back to his seat, but doesn't appear to be in any sort of rush getting back into the ring. Instead, under the ring is where he's going to go. Grabbing a baseball bat, it looks like. This is bad news for his two challengers right here. Chris Carter hasn't seen it, I don't think. Big old Uranagi to AJ Jenkins. Pink Star says hello. Chris Carter was ready for it. Super kick attempted, but Pink Star able to sidestep it. He's begun to know Chris Carter after their numerous encounters over this past month. Look at Chris Carter. God damn, man. I don't even know what the hell to call that. Like a running corkscrew shooting star press. Tries for the pin as the champion to retain. No luck, though. Only a 1 count for Pink Star. In comes Jenkins. Tanahashi clothesline and a drop kick to the side of the head. Ellie Quinn getting PO flashbacks right now. Unbelievable. Big drop kick off the rope right there from the biggest man in this match, AJ Jenkins. Look at this, though. The challenger's going to team up, but Pink Star says, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. Meeting of the minds. Big old kick to the back of the head. Chris Carter sneaking up from behind. Pink Star has eyes in the back of his head, though. Gonna roll him up, not for the pin. Big ends it, or rather a Pele kick. Here comes Jenkins with that goddamn sledgehammer again. Pink Star says, enough of that already. Chris Carter tries to come in with a Hurricane Rana. What is happening right now? Backstabber. We've seen this before from Pink Star. Into the crossface. Middle of the ring to retain. But into a pin. Jenkins able to counter. But Chris Carter's right there anyhow. Punch to the gut. The arm smash right there. Pink Star just waiting in the wings right now. Chilling. And why not? Why not let your two opponents beat the hell out of each other? And when you see an opening, Pink Star's got that sledgehammer. A trio of vertical suplexes. That took everything out of Jenkins. And now a sledgehammer shot to Jenkins, then to Carter. And now to retain. That might do it. 1, 2, but a kick out. Jenkins looking for that knee to the face. We're going to have a new champ. 1, 2. No, you got to be kidding me. 2.999. Chris Carter now, the double cross. But Pink Star's back to his feet. No chance for Carter to go for the pin. And a Wavy God might have had it won there. He might still. Oh, he's not going to go for the pin, though. He's pissed off. Baseball bat to the ribs. 1, 2. A lot of close calls here. Intercontinental Championship on the line, kicking off final stand. I'm willing to bet I will not have any voice at all left over by the time the night ends, but it'll be worth it. What a match. We got a sledgehammer and a baseball bat in the ring right now. Oh! Pink Star! Liger Bomb! To retain! Jenkins almost saw the championship slip through his fingers right there. Luckily, that's back to reality. Oh my God, the sledgehammer again. Jenkins, though, rolls out of the way for such a big man. The speed at which he moves. Impressive. Leaving the duck and a back Chris Carter into the corner. Pink Star trying to scramble to get to his feet. And what is this? Pink Star with a sit-out. X-Factor of the pump handle variation. And again, this match might be over. Not for Chris Carter regaining his composure. Kick to the gut by the Wavy God. He's looking to go to the ropes. Stopped, though, by the champion. Well done by Pink Star right there. Last thing you need is Chris Carter jumping through the air, doing what he does best. Oh, Heavenly Sword! Heavenly Sword to retain the Intercontinental Championship. But man, that was it. That was going to be it, but Chris Carter clutching up. Breaking up the pin, and what a kick to the chest. Down goes Pink Star, and Chris Carter knows that Jenkins is hurt right now after that heavenly sword. This could be his chance. This could be his opportunity. Go to the top for a wavy splash. Super kick. 1, 2. Unreal. But Pink Star is still down on the outside. Chris Carter now with the sledgehammer, trying to pulverize the ribs of AJ Jenkins here. Good God. Repeatedly driving the sledgehammer down into the midsection and then throws it at Pink Star as he gets back into the ring. I don't know, I've ever seen a sledgehammer used like that, just thrown like a spear, like a javelin. And Jenkins' ribs have got to be feeling some type of way. And gonna take advantage is the champion. Unprettier to retain. 1, 2. This AJ Jenkins is one tough son of a bitch. He has been doing nothing last few minutes for getting his ass kicked. And kicks out still though. And Unprettier from Carter now. Jenkins gets to his feet. And a big back elbow. He's still in it. I don't know how he's still in it, but he's still in it. He might have a few broken ribs right now, but that is not stopping AJ Jenkins. Repeated stomps to the chest. A kick to the side of the head though. Stomp to the bicep. Pink Star incapacitated at ringside again. He does not have to be involved in the decision here to lose his championship. Pele kick to the back of Chris Carter's head. Pink Star back up now, but he's under that ring again. Another kendo stick, just what we need. Big knee to the jaw of Chris Carter, but Jenkins has no idea. Or maybe he does! Another knee to the face! AJ Jenkins gonna do it! 1, 2! 2.999. Jenkins, he says, to hell with this. I'm about to break this fool's kneecaps. But Pink Star says, hold up. A desperate move to the back of the head. In comes Chris Carter. Breaking up that pin before even a 1 count. And a double cross for the champion! The wavy god! 1, 2, 3! And your new Intercontinental Champion! And still undefeated! Chris Carter has done it! Out of the booth and into the ring, Chris Carter is undeniable. And now we'll walk into the new season as Intercontinental Champion. What a match. What a win for this kid, Chris Carter. one match in, and I feel like, I'm good. I could leave. I could leave right now and I'd be satisfied. What a banger to kick off Final Stand in a new Intercontinental Champion. We still have so much to look forward to. Our season finale here live from Albany, New York, baby. And coming up next, it is our first of 2 trios matches here tonight. Our other going to be the main event, which, how about this mouthful? That's going to be a trios, Falls Count Anywhere, elimination, no holds barred matchup, as Shay Hoxton and the Jackals will take on CMV's Dream Team. But this right here, a standard trios matchup, but nothing standard about these women involved here. The new, and Stevie Gabriel would say, improved Killjoy Club, led by her. And there, of course, is Taylor Wagner and her significant other, Amelia Jones. After, with the help of Shay Hoxton, ousting Ellie Quinn and Ruby Cage from the Killjoy Club, Stevie Gabriel has taken over. But, of course, Ellie Quinn, as she has proven so many times throughout her CMV career, is one hard gal to keep down. And, well, her wrath was felt by Stevie Gabriel this past episode of Shockwave, the final Shockwave of the season, when Ellie Quinn returned and dropped Stevie Gabriel on her head on top of the stage, stopping Stevie Gabriel from potentially permanently putting Ruby Cage out of CMV. And we know Ellie Quinn did not come alone. She had some help. Still has some friends. I don't know how. But the Uncut Gems returning as well to back up their longtime ally for this trios matchup here. And we saw the Gems actually defeat Amelia Jones and Stevie Gabriel in a tag team matchup a couple of weeks ago, as they were able to keep Taylor Wagner and Amelia Jones busy backstage, beating the hell out of them, while Ellie Quinn got her hands on Stevie Gabriel. All a part of Shay Hoxton's grand scheme to take complete and total control of CMV. And now he indeed sits atop the mountain with his allies surrounding him, the likes of the Ogre Morgan, who we'll see face Hayden Kitely later on tonight, and the Jackals, and this new Killjoy Club at his disposal as well. As always, Alexia Diamond and Ruby Rattel showing up looking like $1,000,000. The former women's tag team champions, more than happy to help out Ellie Quinn here, as Ellie Quinn has helped them in the past so many times. Pardon me. But I think pretty much everybody and their mothers too were shocked to see Ellie Quinn back so soon. We thought for sure that Ellie Quinn was going to be out of action potentially for months and might even have to vacate the Undisputed World Championship, but like I said, you can't kill the devil herself. Just pissed her off. And now Ellie Quinn is back and looking to dismantle this quote-unquote new and improved Killjoy Club. There she is, the undisputed world champion. Much to Shay Hoxton's chagrin, Ellie Quinn will be walking into the new season as champion. But one has to consider here the condition of Ellie Quinn. There's no way she's at 100%. After Stevie Gabriel almost broke her neck at Bloodsport. When Ellie Quinn doesn't give a goddamn, she could be at 5% she'd still be showing up here tonight, itching to get hands on Stevie Gabriel. I think Shay Hawks was hoping Ellie Quinn would have been compromised to a permanent end, and he could have stripped her of that undisputed championship. But no such luck for the director. Ellie Quinn gonna have to be dead in order for somebody to get that championship off of her. As we go into a whole new season, Ellie Quinn finding herself with a whole lot more enemies than allies. Men and women gunning for her. And of course, that undisputed championship around her waist. I know who's going to be watching this show very closely. Every single championship matchup, I'm sure that's Arisa Masami, who won that Battle Royal the last episode of Octana this season to earn a guaranteed championship opportunity in the new season, any championship. That championship means everything to Ellie Quinn. The only thing that might mean more to Ellie Quinn in this cold world is, of course, Ruby Cage. I'm just looking over here at Stevie Gabriel right now. I think I just saw her visible gulp. There's no doubt that I think at this point, Stevie Gabriel might just be regretting a little bit turning her back on Ellie Quinn, snatching the Killjoy Club from her, trying to end her career. Ellie Quinn is out for blood here at Final Stand. I feel like Ellie Quinn might be stalling a little bit here. That neck of hers, her knee, like I said, she can't be at 100%. She's taking her goddamn time actually getting into the ring here before this match starts. Forcing Shay Hoxton to watch. Basking in the fact that she still has that undisputed championship in her hand. But here we go at last. The match will actually begin. Standard trios matchup, like I said before, unlike our main event, which will be a tornado style elimination, falls count anywhere, no holds barred trios matchup. This is as clean cut as it gets, which I'm sure Ellie Quinn is not a fan of. If Ellie Quinn had her way, she'd probably have Stevie Gabriel in a death match here tonight or something, but that means first team to get the pin or submission in the ring gets the dub. And that's something Ellie Quinn sorely needs after all that she's been through over this past month. Look at this teamwork here by the Uncut Gems early on. As Ruby Rattel, the former Women's World Champion, gets launched off the top by Alexia Diamond. Not a great start for this supposedly new and improved Killjoy Club. And guys, let's not forget what we still have to come here tonight at our season finale event. Final Stand live from Albany, New York. How about that scramble match for the Global Championship? As the tag has made a little bit of a role reversal. Now it's going to be Alexia Diamond launched off the top. And as Aaron Stone has to defend against not one, not two, not three, but four other men in a scramble match. Can he make it to the new season? Still the global champion. The Women's World Championship also on the line in an elimination triple threat match. So Lesbia must defend against their friends the women's tag team champions, Alice Blake and Sarah Miller. As we get a DDT here, goddamn, yeah, this is not the way this Killjoy Club is hoping for this matchup to get underway. It has been all gems so far. Pardon me. No tag to Ruby Raquel now. No tag to Ellie Quinn. Uncut Gems have already been tagging each other in and out multiple times. And a couple minutes into this matchup, perhaps they're trying to keep Ellie Quinn out of this matchup as much as they can. Oh, just as I say that, tag to Ellie Quinn. Never mind then. Obviously, there's a weak point there, whether they want to admit it or not. That knee of Ellie Quinn especially. Gotta imagine Stevie Gabriel's going to be looking to target. Yeah, see, Ellie Quinn immediately tags out. She knows. She knows she can't afford to stand there for too long. This might be virtually a handicap matchup. As Taylor Wagner, this unit of a woman, one of the tallest women we've got in this division. She's got some serious power. Here comes Alexia Diamond with a super kick. And Wagner off of that, looking to get out of there. But Alexia Diamond says, you're going nowhere fast. Forces her face into the canvas. Now we're going to try for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Wagner. Wagner going to try to roll out of the ring, but stopped by Alexia Diamond. The veteran not going to let that happen. As they've got Wagner completely isolated here. Oh, but nice escape. Didn't get very far, though. Right back into the corner, tag. As we get an assisted punch to the gut. This is about as one-sided as it gets, but hang on. Spoke too soon. Wagner with a nice vertical suplex. Throw her arm just barely over the chest of Ruby Raquel for the pin. Oh my God, I thought she was going to get it for a second. Truly devastating vertical suplex. If I were Wagner, I'd be looking to get tagged right now. Punch to the gut by Raquel. Irish whip going to get countered. Nice hip toss. As now, there we go. Here comes Amelia Jones, the former women's tag team champion. Stabbed Precious Pratt in the back. And certainly had no problem stabbing Ellie Quinn in the back. It was well documented at this point. Amelia Jones, not one to be trusted. I don't know, if I were Stevie Gabriel, I'd be weary of the relationship. Jones, though, going to get Raquel into the corner. This is where they want her. Try to wear her down, try to pick her apart. In the tree of woe. These are just straight knees to the midsection, completely unprotected. These knees could break ribs. And now, going after the knees, Amelia Jones has turned things around here for the Killjoy Club. First few minutes, this matchup were very much one-sided, but now Amelia Jones getting things going here for the Killjoy Club at Raquel. Not out of it yet. Irish looking to send Jones. Ooh, Ellie Quinn with a very stiff punch there from the apron. That might be all that she could do in this match. Is offer a cheap shot. And the opportunity presents itself, but now in the corner, there's a tag. I mean, it's obvious at this point that the Uncut Gems are doing all the heavy lifting. Which, hey, that's what friends are for, huh? When you're hurt, when you're down and out, your friends are there to help you, to pick you up, to dust you off. This teamwork done with the Gems is unbelievable. They are working like a well-oiled machine. Former tag team champions for a reason. There's a kick from Ruby Raquel. Goes to the top, but a hot tag is made to Stevie Gabriel. In comes the new leader of the new Killjoy Club. Immediately gets punched in the jaw. Throws her around for a knee to the face. Amelia Jones hanging around. Gotta be careful not to get disqualified here. Gonna take a cheap shot at Taylor Wagner and one for Amelia Jones too. Oh God, he's gonna drop her down to the outside. And not done with Wagner. Wagner might be done with her, though. Forearm smash. This is giving Stevie Gabriel a chance to recover. Maybe not. Alexia Diamond trying to go after her, gets thrown into the ring. Chaos unfolding here in this trio. Oh, ref's down. That looked like a pretty deliberate kick to me. I mean, I don't know who else she could have been aiming for. Kicked the ref right in the back of the knee. I think he's maybe milking it a little bit. I don't know if it was that devastating of a kick, but Ruby Rattel does connect with that somersault cutter, but she can't go for the pin. Ref is down. Tag now to Alexia Diamond. This referee's we're gonna get that bonus pay here. Wrench in the shoulder. Finally, he recovers. Just in time. Diamond tries for the pin. Maybe that kick really was just that devastating. Not even a 2 count. As we see Alexia Diamond attacking Ellie Quinn. Time for her to finally get her hands dirty. Quinn. Oh, but walks right into a clothesline. Gabriel wants nothing to do with Ellie Quinn here. Look at this. I'm sure her head's still hurting after that pile driver on the stage on Shockwave. Tag to Amelia Jones instead. Looking for a ride. Big discus punch. You learned that from Aaron Stone. Oh. Irish Whip going to send her right into the corner. And Ellie Quinn shows no fear walking up to the corner of the Killjoy Club. There's a cheap shot to Taylor Wagner. Can't say she didn't deserve it, though. Look at Ellie Quinn. Oh, man, I was about to say, maybe not as hurt as we were thinking, but Amelia Jones gets up those knees. Might have her beat right here. No, kick out. I just think Ellie Quinn should have swallowed her pride, man. Stayed in the hospital, waited till next season to make a return, even if it meant she'd lose the Undisputed Championship. What a big double boot stop, a cave-in. We might have had the match won if not for Ruby Rattel breaking up the pin, but Gabriel not finished. Maybe going for the twist of fate, looping a palm strike from Alexia Diamond. Smacked the taste right out of her mouth. As now she was put into the corner. Off the ropes goes Diamond. Big boots. Could have damn well took her head right off. And still not finished this Diamond. Now she drags Gabriel away from the ropes, tries to position her closer towards the center of the ring. What is she looking for? LeBell lock! A LeBell lock is cinched in. Gabriel gonna tap. And she would have tapped out if not for Amelia Jones making that save right there. Uh-oh. In comes Ellie Quinn now. Ellie! Turn around! Stevie Gabriel makes the tag to Amelia Jones. Drop the ball right there. Oh, what a pump kick from the Undisputed Champion, though. 1, 2. Ellie Quinn looking down on Amelia Jones. I'm sure Ellie Quinn would love to go back in time to when Amelia Jones first got introduced to the Killjoy Club. Put her foot down and say, no way. Oh, trying to take a shot at the knee. Amelia Jones seen it coming, though. Open palm strikes from a mounted position. Amelia gonna try for an Irish whip, reversed. Sent into the corner, another pump kick. I'm pretty sure she didn't get all of that one, though. As Ellie gonna make the tag to Alexia Diamond. Might not have gotten all of that pump kick, but enough of it to really hurt Amelia Jones here and set her up. Alexia into this sort of modified Rings of Saturn. But Stevie Gabriel coming to the aid of her significant other. Before it's too late, Irish whip into the corner. Even though this matchup started off very one-sided in favor of the Gems and Ellie Quinn, very much back and forth now. Neither team having a discernible advantage at this point. Although I'd probably give it to, I don't know what Amelia Jones is doing here. Trying to disorient Alexia Diamond, I guess. Trying to make her dizzy or something. Obviously does not work. Big knee to the face. Into the pin. Middle of the ring. Could have it. 1, 2. What a kick out. Pardon me. Let me get that single W real quick. Might need to throw Ellie Quinn a W. The way she's looking right now, standing out on that apron. Oh, look at Amelia Jones right in front. Oh, Ruby's not going to have it. So you thought. Ellie Quinn trying to throw out a punch as well. Amelia, she wants to get out of that corner, I think. Knees to the chest and a pin attempt by Jones. There's no denying what a huge win this would be for the Killjoy Club. To knock off the former tag champs and the current undisputed champion. There's the hot tag to Ellie Quinn. She comes in like a house of fire. Trying to bulldoze Amelia Jones here. God damn, she's all over her. Dare I say, like a monkey on a cupcake. And there's nowhere for Amelia to run right now. As Ellie sends her into the corner. Oh, but gets up those knees again. And right into the corner now. Bad part of town for Quinn. The tag to Taylor Wagner. What is this going to be? Oh, heart attack! Down goes the undisputed champion. This one is over. 1, 2. No, Alexia Diamond rushes in to make the save. And ain't that the tale? The Uncut Gem saving Ellie Quinn. Look at Ellie, though. She is hurt. To the top, Taylor Wagner. This big old bitch. Moonsault! Good God. 1, 2. What a kick out. How? How did Ellie Quinn just kick out of that? Ellie Quinn. That's why she's the undisputed champion. Oh, a cheap shot from Amelia. And a cheap shot from Gabriel, too. Like I said, bad part of town. And right back into the corner as well. There's no escaping. Oh, they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. Switching roles. Another heart attack. And Ellie Quinn might actually have one. This is over. Count to 100. 1, 2, 3. Amelia Jones for the Killjoy Club here at Final Stand. Ellie Quinn never should have returned so soon. Never certainly should have been in this matchup. And the Killjoy Club, like a pack of wild dogs, feast here tonight at the season finale event at Final Stand. What a victory. And Gabriel couldn't have a bigger smile on her face if she tried. Well, guys, coming up next, quite honestly, I'm gonna keep it real here. I almost just left the commentary desk for this one because I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. This is one of those rare moments where I actually wish Flux or that son of a bitch Observer Bread was out here so that I could just be anywhere but here, because coming up next, two of my boys are about to clash one-on-one. And that right there is my main man, Ahmed, who's about to go one-on-one with the British baller, with mi amigo, Chris Diamond. And look, I've known Chris Diamond for years. We've been boys for a long time. But Ahmed, you know, that's my best friend. And it eats me up inside. It hurts for me to have to sit here and call this match. I did all I could. You all saw it. I did all I could to try and make sure this match didn't happen. I tried to talk them down, but look, egos get in the way. Ahmed and Chris Diamond, they're two great guys, but they've got egos. And once they were at each other's throats, we were getting this matchup, no matter what I said. Because they want to see who the better man is. The trash talk comes to an end here tonight. And one of these guys is going to be heading into the new season with a huge win here at Final Stand. And to think this all started because of a little squabble backstage, trying to one-up each other, trying to talk a little bit of trash. And despite my best efforts to keep the peace, like I said before, Ahmed and Chris Diamond, these are two individuals. When they want something, they're going to get it. Of course, Chris Diamond never far from his protege, Andre Rogers, who felt the power of Ahmed himself a couple of weeks ago when my main man made him tap out right in front of Chris Diamond. The Golden Boy going to be backing up his General here at Final Stand, as I only wish I could look away. It's a situation where no matter who wins, we lose. But I'm going to do my job. That's why I'm the two-time commentator of the year. Ahmed, Chris Diamond, mano-a-mano here at Final Stand, baby. As the referee rings the bell, we get this one on. And Chris Diamond's certainly going to start hot. Ahmed, no matter what way you want to cut it, power, speed, technical prowess. This man is a genetic freak. He excels in just about every area of the craft. And that's why he's only been defeated one-on-one a couple of times. That's why he challenged for the Undisputed World Championship back at Mob Violence. But of course, he's in the ring with a former Undisputed World Champion, a former Global Champion, one of the most decorated champions in CMV history. A man who's headlined Ascendance, the British baller, Chris Diamond. I can talk about these two all night long with a smile on my face, but here tonight a single tear runs down my face as I have to watch them fight each other. Truly a tragedy, a modern tragedy, a national tragedy, I would even say. I would put this on par with 9/11. I'm not joking. Look at Chris Diamond, though, striking himself a little bit of pose as he does for the benefit of those with flash photography. Big German suplex. Look like Andre Rogers getting involved. I think he actually pulled off the cover of that top turnbuckle there, exposing the steel ring beneath it, trying to give an edge to his mentor. Not that Chris Diamond needs it, though. Shoved back now as this fight spills to ringside. This is a standard one-on-one affair, so referee's already up to a count of 3. They have until 20 to get back into the ring. And Ahmed now is going to be the one having himself a little bit of a laugh. Whoa! What the? Chris Diamond. Holy shit, but man, that dive to the outside did not pay off for him. Mans was trying to fly high, but he may have just served himself up on a silver platter for the Egyptian destroyer. Count of 5 now. Ahmed back into the ring. Diamond nipping at his heels. Oh my God. Back into the ring. Pile driver. Hooks the leg. Oh my God, this referee. What timing. Fixing the top turnbuckle that Andre Rogers exposed earlier. Ahmed might have had this match won. Off that pile driver, man. But the referee, what's this? Ooh, super kick and a stop. Man, like a Goomba. Kick to the top of the head. The move that beat Post Malone. That falling powerbomb. 1, 2, 3, and Ahmed does it again. I only wish that I could truly feel good about this. I wish I could get in that ring right now and shake Ahmed's hand with a smile on my face, but how could I really be happy when my golden general lies there hurting? Like I said, it didn't matter who won tonight. We all lose. But a big win nonetheless for Ahmed here. Well, my friends, as I wipe a lonely tear from my eye following that last matchup, we kicked off Final Stand with a humdinger of a triple threat matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. Now it's time for the Zero G Championship to be decided in this Falls Count Anywhere triple threat matchup. And let's remember, we still have one more triple threat to go later on. The Women's World Championship. It's going to be an elimination matchup as Celestia defends against Alice Blake and Sarah Miller. But right here, it's about the Zero G Championship, my friends. And Tobias Jones looking to pick up the slack for this alliance between he and Pingstar, as of course we saw Chris Carter crowned the new Intercontinental Champion in that opening triple threat matchup earlier. The problem for Tobias Jones is he's going to be stuck between two guys he's managed to piss off over these last few weeks. And mainly this man right here. Jackson Drake. I saw earlier tonight before the show went on the air, pacing back and forth. I asked him, are you ready for this triple threat matchup? He said, I'm ready to rip off the head of Tobias Jones. That's what I'm ready for. Of course, Tobias has attacked Jackson Drake numerous times from behind, might I add, over these last few weeks with the help of Pingstar 2. Cost him that matchup against Doug Thompson a few weeks back. But Drake with the opportunity for ultimate revenge here and the chance to walk in the new season with some championship gold around his waist to boot. And much like it was for Pingstar earlier, for the Zero-G champion Doug Thompson here, his back is against the wall. He does not have to be involved in the decision to lose his Zero-G championship here in this one. It is Falls Count Anywhere, but we could potentially see Jones pin Drake or Drake pin Jones. We'll have a new champion. But there's no countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes, and you don't have to beat your opponent in the ring in this one. For Jackson Drake, I just hope that he can manage to reel in his emotions, that anger he's feeling towards Tobias Jones, and focus on that Zero-G championship that's on the line here. We've seen it plenty of times before. Hell, we just saw it earlier with Ellie Quinn. Let her emotions get the better of her, being in a matchup she shouldn't have been in to begin with. But for Doug Thompson, guys, just look back to Validation, where he retained the Zero-G championship in a triple threat match against Teddy Shaw and Surasi. So he's been in this situation before, and he's managed to leave still the Zero-G champion, but will lightning strike twice? That's the question we're going to have answered here. The left-hand man of the director, Shay Hoxton. The chosen one, the Zero-G champion, Doug Thompson. You ask any defending champion what's one of the toughest challenges for them, they'll say a multi-man matchup like this. Because they don't even have to be the one beaten to lose their championship. That's certainly going to be the case for global champion Aaron Stone later tonight in that scramble match. And that, of course, is what it's all about, the Zero-G Championship. And much like we talked about during the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match at the top of the show, to walk into a brand new season as a champion, it puts you a notch above the rest, especially when it comes to the brand shakeup. You know, you don't know where you're going to land when a new season comes around. If you're a champion, you get top billing. You're ahead of the rest of the pack, as it were. These three men know that. Tobias Jones, a former Intercontinental Champion. Jackson Drake looking for what will be his first championship here in CMV. And, of course, the defending champion, Doug Thompson. And the last thing this alliance between Tobias Jones and Pink Star wants is to have all these newcomers walking into the new season with the gold. Pink Star already dropped the ball. Chris Carter, the new Intercontinental Champion. Tobias Jones now left having to pick up the slack. Jackson Drake with a big stiff European uppercut to the back of the head, but then going to go after Doug Thompson. I talked about it during Tobias Jones' last match. We really seen the Jones family for what they really are, a bunch of conniving, backstabbing SOBs. Tobias Jones was the last holdout, but I always knew deep down the kind of man he was. Jackson Drake's got Tobias alone in the ring. This is what he wants above all else. And the ultimate satisfaction would be to pin Tobias Jones to win the 0G championship. That is not what Doug Thompson wants, obviously. And again, this one is Falls Count Anywhere. That means a pin at ringside or out in the crowd, out in the goddamn street. This matchup could end. And Tobias Jones, Kuda Karana, but the champion. There, lying in the way, Irish whip pulled back for a stiff knee to the gut. Guys, still to come. I'm strapped in. I'm rearing and ready to go for this one. A legacy-defining matchup. Brett Angel, one-on-one with Bob Luger. Woo! But before that, I might be shedding another tear. I was already emotional for that Ahmed Chris Diamond match, but my friends, here tonight in final stand, a career comes to an end. Oh, here we see the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation come into play, but a kick out before even a one count. Jay Young's final match, and it's against his protege, the man he brought into CMV, Ben Stacy. That's coming up soon. Tobias Jones going to get to his feet. Pile of kendo stick shards there. As one by one, these three men back into the squared circle. Drops a nasty forearm smash. At least Jackson Drake and Doug Thompson have one thing in common. They do not like Tobias Jones, but every man for himself. Holy shit. Holy shit! Doug! I don't know if he thinks this is a Royal Rumble or something, but Powerbomb sent Jackson Drake down to the outside. I don't know how the hell this kid's back up already. That speaks to his toughness. Good 10-foot drop. Oh, Anaconda Vice. Doug Thompson has won matches with this plenty of times before, but Tobias Jones not going to let this one end like that. Elbow to the side of the head. As Jones, former Intercontinental Champion, of course, lost it in that instant classic 2 out of 3 falls match with his newfound ally, Pink Star. Back at Validation, looking for the Blue Thunder Bomb. Doug Thompson, though, able to escape. Tanahashi clothesline from Jackson Drake back into the mix. Now going to look for some stomps to the hand of the Chosen One. Nice super kick there. Tries for a head kick to follow up, but Drake able to get out of the way as Thompson now drops to the outside, but he can't afford to lay around for too long. Of course, you want to try to recover as much as you can. Pace yourself, especially in a matchup like this. Triple threat Falls Count Anywhere, but at the same time, you never know when a pin could happen. And again, Thompson does not need to be involved in the decision to lose his championship here. Another kendo stick, whack over the head of Jackson Drake. And now a shot to the knee as well, but Drake going to endure the pain as he sends Thompson out onto the apron. Pardon me. Oh, there's that spinning back fist. Goodbye, Tobias Jones, but Doug back in with a big boot. I don't think Tobias is going to be getting up anytime soon after that, man. He might have had a couple of teeth knocked loose off of that one. Whew! That felt good for Jackson Drake, I know it. Back suplex on the apron. Hardest part of the ring. As we all well know, nice jawbreaker there by Drake. Oh, and there's one for Doug Thompson, too. The champ is down. And it's falls count anywhere. Ah, but the ref took way too long. That actually might have been a 3 count, but the ref wasn't prepared for it. Now here comes Tobias Jones finally regaining his consciousness. Snake eyes for Jones on the apron. Jackson Drake back out. That's Doug Thompson. Let's throw Tobias Jones back into the ring. Jackson Drake lighting up that chest, elbow to the side of the head. The referee is now rearing and ready to go. Should there be another pinfall? Too little, too late. Tobias! Right across the midsection with that kendo stick. Gonna try for the pin here. I don't know if that's going to be enough to do it. Well, only a 2 count. Look at Tobias. He's feeling himself. He's got a little something for Jackson Drake. Drake, though. Oh, from behind. Thompson! Across the lower back. Now he's going to go for the pin. But Tobias Jones there, not even giving it a 1 count. Going to throw the champion back into the ring. And Jackson Drake, too. All of his ducks in a row. Big forearm dropping like a bomb right there. Tobias Jones trying to sneak in a punch to the gut like a Doug Thompson with a knee to the back of the head. In comes Jackson Drake, misses that cheeky jab and pays for it. Back suplex, dropped him hard. And he goes, there's no time to lay about. Oh! That's a shout out to Pink Star, the Heavenly Sword. Look at this. Like I said, one thing in common for Jackson Drake and Doug Thompson, a mutual disdain of Tobias Jones. And we see it right there with that double team. And it did not last long at all. Doug Thompson gonna try to take advantage here, but hurt Tobias, who's now bleeding. Looks like from the bridge of his nose a cut's been opened up. Oh, great. Trying to hand out another spinning back fist. Not too sure who he was targeting, though. What the hell is this? Back suplex, sit out powerbomb. Damn, what strength displayed right there. Oh, but Doug from behind with a double axe handle. And now repeated stomps between the shoulder blades of Drake. Tobias go after the knee. Doug! Stamp of approval! And Sugar goes crazy for it. 1, 2. Doug Thompson a millisecond away from doing it again, retaining his 0G championship. Back in his Jackson Drake with a clothesline. Ralph now popping as well. You know they had to get involved. It's the season finale, baby. Wouldn't be the same without a little bit of Sugar, a little bit of Ralph. I might have them fully take over at this point, man. Doug Thompson, Anaconda Vice again. Anaconda Vice locked in once more. But again, Tobias Jones is there to break it up before there's a chance for Drake to possibly tap out. Champion dropped in the back of his neck. Look at this bridge to pin by Jones with a kick out. Tobias going up top. Might be time with a shooting star press. The corkscrew. Shooting star press takes out Jackson Drake. But in comes Doug Thompson. Tobias off the ropes. Into, a little bit of a write-off. Jackson Drake is staring up at the lights right now. Blue Thunderbomb in the ring to Doug Thompson. But Tobias Jones knows that won't be enough to keep down Doug Thompson. He's going to go to the top. Another corkscrew. No? What is this? Oh, a spinal tap. Corkscrew moonsault. Jackson Drake in. Recovering from that Berkshire shooting star press, which I thought would have had him down for the rest of this matchup, honestly. But proving his tenacity is Jackson Drake in this matchup. Ooh, down onto the knee. God. Oh no, stamp of approval. 1, 2, but Tobias back to life just in the nick of time and took out the referee in the process of breaking up that pin, actually. Hey, sometimes there's casualties in war, huh? The ref, unfortunately, obviously it wasn't on purpose. Tobias, though, doing what he had to do to break up that pin and make sure this matchup does not end unless it's in his favor. And now with a kendo stick going to town on the champion. From behind, Drake with the cross armbar, pulling back, and Tobias, will he tap? Yes, he will. We have a new Zero-G champion, Jackson Drake. Payback against Tobias Jones, and you gotta know it feels so good. Bloodied, bruised, but victorious is Jackson Drake here at Final Stand. We have ourselves a new Zero-G champion. And Tobias Jones might have himself a broken arm. I'm surprised Drake let go.
I heard Blake Virtue call my name, saying that CMV needed anybody and everybody to fight against Shay Hoxton. But I am not just anybody. And your realization that I am not the enemy has come far too late. The company that vilified me for trying to save it from itself has no right to request my aid. Let CMV burn.
And it is now time, my friends, for the final chapter to be written in the career of Jay Young. A legendary career spanning 6 years here in CMV meets its end tonight at Final Stand. A fitting name indeed, as the TV nightmare has decided it's time for him to take off the wrestling boots for good and leave him in the middle of the ring, but not before having himself one final match and the opportunity to hand-pick his opponent. And he has chosen none other than the man that he brought into CMV, his former protege, the British Angel Ben Stacy, who has a fellow former Jay Young protege, Ileana Summers, in his corner. And of course, we heard Ben Stacy say on Octane that Jay Young will regret selecting him to be his final opponent, as Ben Stacy will ensure that it is not a happy occasion for Jay Young, going to leave him broken and battered in the middle of the ring. But that just put a smile on the face of Jay Young, who said, well, I taught both he and Ileana Summers well. There's not a single man that I'd want to be my final opponent more than the man that I trained, the man that I brought up, the man that I introduced the CM Universe to. And what is a rematch from Ascendance 11, where these two collided in an epic showdown that Jay Young won. Well over a year later, and we arrive at Jay Young's final match, his final stand here in Albany, New York, as he takes it right to his former protege. And Jay Young even said earlier tonight in an interview that he doesn't want the British Angel. He doesn't want any of these monikers. He wants Ben Stacy, the man that he spent days on end, weeks, months grinding, training, honing their craft together. That's what he wants here tonight. And it's looking like he might get it. Leapfrog there by Ben Stacy. And unfortunately, my bold prediction at the start of this season will not come true. I said with my chest that I thought Ben Stacy would be a world champion by the time this season ended. And well, unfortunately, that did not happen. But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to make myself another prediction. Ben Stacy will be world champion next season. All right, I'm saying that with my chest again. And I'm betting my bottom dollar on it, too. But that's not on his line here. Look, he's taking his time. Ooh, actually going to try to lure Jay Young out of the ring. Special drop kick to the knee. Looks like barely grazed him, though. Jay Young, a former, of course, NGW superstar. Former tag team champion with Johnny Cloud Cutter. former rite of passage champion, cashed in to become global champion, Zero G champion. Who can forget his epic battles with the likes of Troy Colt? Their 3 stages of hell match. Jay Young, the damn shame his final match ended by countout, but you know what? Ben Stacy, I think, wouldn't mind it too much. That'd be like the ultimate final insult. What about Ileana Summers? Trying to get involved here from ringside, just with a steel chair into the ring, which the referee, though, is going to see and get rid of it before it can be possibly utilized. Good on him. Pin attempt here by Jay Young. And this is like looking in the mirror for Jay Young. Everything he knows, he taught Ben Stacy, who now looks to use it against him with the detonation kick. And to the top, though. Looking to finish him off with a swanton, but no, should have gone for the pin when he had the chance. As vice versa, Jay Young knows them all too well. Stacy trying to carve out a path for himself alongside Ileana Summers. It might be something Jay Young does not expect here. That gives Ben Stacy the edge. Grabbing a hold of the arm. Forearm smash from the British Angel, who knocks Jay Young all the way down to the outside of the ring. And again, having to the count of 20 to return to the ring. Targeting those knees on the floor. And I've said before, when it comes to Ben Stacy, in a lot of ways, I consider him a third-generation talent because he, of course, was taught all he knows by Jay Young, who was taught all he knows by CMV Hall of Famer Dave Turner. So imagine that, all the knowledge of Dave Turner, all the knowledge of Jay Young coursing through the veins of Ben Stacy. How could this man not be a future world champion? Caught though here back in the ring. Jay Young gonna try to drag him into the corner. Ben Stacy wants to make up for what transpired in Ascendance 11. Elbows to the side of the head. Better end. And will it be for Jay Young here at Final Stand? 1, 2, no, a kick out. Just barely. But Stacy's still in it. Meanwhile, Ileana Summers has exposed that top turnbuckle, but backfires does this strategy as Jay Young is the one to utilize it. You can't get one over on Jay Young. Stacy now busted open, and Young gonna laugh like, nice try, you young punk. Oh, look at Summers now actually going to put her hands on Jay Young. Nothing he can do about it, though. Ref, why don't you do something about it? Almost to the midsection, though. The distraction might pay off here. Vertical suplex attempt. Young going to wiggle free. Drop down behind Stacy. Irish whip again! Into the exposed turnbuckle. Ref! You're not going to eject Ileana Summers, at least freaking fix the turnbuckle. What a clothesline. From off the ropes into the pin. 1! Oh, 1 kick. Blocks that kick, though. Young to his feet. Irish whip going to get reversed. And again, once more, does Jay Young fall all the way down to the floor. And going to begin his count. Jay Young, his final match. This has been a great match so far. Very back and forth. Irish whip out onto the apron. Jay Young able to hold on this time. But Ben Stacy, caught with that right hand. Allows Young to get back into the ring though. Ben Stacy off the ropes he goes for a kick across the chest. And another one to the small of Jay Young's back. Why not again? Stacy brings him to his feet. Kick to the midsection though. Jay Young gonna drag him over to the exposed turnbuckle. This time smashes his face off of it. Stacy trying to shake it off. That's not something you just shake off though. DDT! And at last, our official here gonna see the exposed turnbuckle and fix it. Far too late though. Discus clothesline from the TV Nightmare. As the referee puts that turnbuckle cover back on. But Ben Stacy has already felt the sting of it numerous times. As you see, he's been busted open alongside his left eye, it looks like. Jay Young grabbing a hold of Stacy's arm. And Young, one last time in front of these roaring fans, putting on a show in his last match. Big back suplex, but Young's got a little left in the tank here at this point. Struggles to get to his feet, but he does. Ben Stacy, Irish whip gets reversed. Out onto the apron, Stacy might regret hanging on. DDT off the apron, and then tells him to suck it. Vintage Jay Young, the cheekiness. As he gives Ben Stacy a proper shellacking here. Back into the ring, knows where he wants him. Will we get a repeat of Ascendance 11? Middle of the ring, I think. Jay Young trying to set up for the Kraken's clutch. Is what it looks like to me. Punch to the gut though from Stacy, who sees an opening, throws out a forearm. Back and forth here between these two, like father and son. But Stacy! Russian leg sweep into the abdominal stretch. But Stacy not able to get a tap out. Jay Young refusing to quit. Stacy knows he's got to put him down the hard way. 1, 2. Jay Young is not going out without a fight. Big elbow to the side of the head. Pardon me. As Stacy tried to run him off the apron, back into the ring. Not fast enough there as the veteran. The drop down. Leapfrog grabs a hold of the arm. Hammerlock though, an elbow. Able to sneak in. And now a crossface applied in the middle of the ring. Nowhere for Jay Young to go here at all. Will he tap? No. Able to escape and a stiff kick to the gut. Now a forearm. And another one. Tanahashi clothesline takes down Ben Stacy. Hook of the leg. 1, 2. What a match! They are cooking. And of course, a tilt-the-world DDT still does not do the trick. At this point, Stacy has to wonder, man. He's giving Jay Young all of his best shots. There's a forearm smash. And another one. Tanahashi clothesline. As he hooks the leg, hopefully, for the last time. No! Stacy looking at the referee, eyes wide, jaw dropped. Trying for a kick to the midsection with Jay Young. Discus clothesline, no! Stacy able to block it. But a punch to the midsection, Young's back up. And Vintage! DDT! Perhaps the last one ever from Jay Young. What a way to go out. A certified humdinger and a half. Ben Stacy and Jay Young just lit up that ring. And the TV Nightmare now able to leave those wrestling boots in the ring and walk out of CMV into the sunset with his head held high. What a career it's been for Jay Young here in CMV. What a way for it to come to a close here at Final Stand.
Get to the money, man, that's all that I really chase. And through it all, I stay true to my base. And you ain't